Okay, we are back. We're
Awesome.
back and we're in the new place. It's been like 2 weeks
Yeah,
since we
like
last recorded.
has it? I think it's been longer actually.
It's been like at least 2 weeks, maybe three at this point.
Um,
And videos have been slow to go out because every time I try to upload, my laptop just decides to update in the middle of the night. So I wake up and what I think should be at like 70% set zero.
yeah, it's quite unfortunate. The laptop keeps what is doing updating or something. I don't know, some bullshit.
Yeah, it's nothing I want.
Again, a common theme is I do not understand what is going on or where we left off or where we're back after not playing for a couple weeks or even just a day. And the theme apparently continues because I don't remember anything. Again,
I'm gonna be quite honest. I don't really remember either.
um, all I remember is Dorothea.
Yes, she's in
And
an opposing house, and you want to recruit her.
yeah, that's all I want to do
That's all you want.
is to recruit her. Um,
I mean, I guess our goal is to just kind of get strong, go fast, kill men.
all right, cool. Um, so what's happened in the past couple weeks?
What's happened? We moved, and that
That would have
that could have
been
been worse.
a week ago.
We could go like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. I don't know. Time's an illusion.
It was Wednesday last week and it's Friday now, so it's been a no Scott
It's
Saturday. It's been a week and a half then.
And like the move was, it was hot that day, but like the move itself, I didn't feel terrible about.
See, we still don't have furniture. That's what I feel terrible about.
Yeah. No, I kind of want to be like, hey, yo, Dad, how do you feel about giving me my Christmas gift in early October so I can have a couch?
I mean, I understand. So right now we're just like on the floor. You're leaning on an ottoman, and I am on literally on the floor, just on my stomach, laying on a pillow. It's not a bad.
You look comfy.
Yeah, I am comfy, but like I cannot see the TV without like uncomfortably moving my head.
Well, let's set the laptop up for you then. It's
Oh shit! Oh shit! I can watch on your computer what you're doing on the screen.
and there's only minimal lag thanks to the Elgato capture card. Not sponsored.
Yeah. How many subs do you have right now? One.
I have two.
Isn't one of them you?
No. Would have had three if you would have subscribed to me as well, Bryan. This is our project.
I mean, this is your project. I'm just along for the ride.
Then why are you here?
Do you want me to go? You want to see how you can do this by yourself?
No.
Because I mean, me and you can barely do this as a team. I'm about as fucking entertaining as matchsticks.
Set things on fire? Make people burn?
Okay, fine. I chose like a really poor analogy. I'm about as entertaining as math,
Fuck math.
and you're actually entertaining, but you're always nervous to do this kind of thing.
You think I'm entertaining? How cute.
Well, yeah, like I mean, you say funny things sometimes, and like you're intelligent. And you know how to keep a conversation going.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I always just feel like I'm not enough, but like, yeah, that's probably just the anxiety brain talking. What else has happened?
We got a dog.
We got a puppy. It is somehow the best and the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Fuck, I'm gonna kill myself.
Like, he brings me happiness, and then she shits just right in front of me, and
Yeah.
then I'm sad.
He shits on the carpet.
Like,
It's not his fault. He's 3 months old, but like, I'm
no,
gonna
but
kill
like,
myself.
it still feels not good. And like, I'm trying to be like, he's learning, like he's a baby, but at the same time, it's like, okay, he was fed at 7:30, which means around 8:30, or to like, yeah, 8:30 to like 9, he should probably have to go to the bathroom. So it's 8:30, comes along, and I'm like, oh, you look like you might need to go outside. So I carry him outside. And nope, instead of going to the bathroom, we just decide to eat wood chips.
And leaves, don't worry, there's leaves too.
There's an occasional leaf, but like in the dark, leaves look very similar to wood chips because all I see is his nose in the ground.
And then the icing on top of the cake is as soon as you bring him inside, and you close the door, you turn around and he's shitting.
And like I feel bad because like I don't know if it's something I'm doing.
No, because you're out there for like 10-15 minutes at a time. And all he's doing is laying down on the grass and eating food, or not even food, eating things that he should not be eating. And then you come inside and you turn around and he shits. Like
Yeah,
I feel like we need to do the cat method and just carry a spray bottle of water and just.
But like that doesn't work because that only shows them to like be afraid when like that object's present. You can't like keep that in front of his face forever. Eventually you have to go to work or something.
Yeah, but if he shits on the carpet, I'm going to start spraying him.
Oh, it's so tiring. And like, for most of the day, I was like, yeah, you're a good dog. I'm having a great time.
And then like, what was it, 9 o'clock? Something like, no, 9:30, a little later.
It was like 8:30, and after I brought him inside, I was like, okay, I need to step away for a couple minutes because I feel myself getting frustrated. And once you start getting frustrated, it just starts going downhill from there. So it's like, okay.
And you and I went to the gym.
Yeah, we tried going to the gym. It was a little small and didn't really have what I wanted, so that's been honestly my only complaint so far with this new place. So like, I'll consider that a win. Come back and it's like, okay, I'll make brownies. You take the puppo outside. He repeats the routine of eating wood chips and everything. And just after a while, especially in the dark, like he's a Yorkie. He's so small. Everything's a choking hazard. So it's like, okay, let's bring you in, and then just immediately, just like, why? It feels like divine punishment at that point. Like, I don't know what I did that you just outside wasn't good enough for you. Like, please, can it be? Now here we are. Oh, I forgot to eat my brownie.
I'll eat it for you, don't worry.
I want at least a bite.
I feel so fucking sick to my stomach. I should not be eating a brownie right now. But anyway, that's been our life. We have no furniture, a dog that's sometimes okay. He's very cute, and I love him very much. That's what I can say. So do you have tattoos on your legs, or is it like...
That's like lacy pants, boots stuff.
Okay. I thought you said like some crazy ass tattoos.
No, the only person who I'm pretty sure has tattoos is Petra, who is in the Black Eagle house, but it's a part of like her customary look because she is of a foreign land. Do you even remember who any of these characters are, Bryan?
Nope.
Because like, you only half paid attention when we were playing last time.
I only have to pay attention when we play ever. I'm just kind of here.
Ooh, I get to make my brain less sad soon. That's exciting. I went to my school's counseling center, and I'm set up with this psychiatrist, and I get to see them in a couple weeks. Because serotonin machine's been broke for like 10 years, and we're only just now putting an out of order sign on it.
Yeah, I tried that a while back, and like therapy wasn't for me. Also, I was like young, like 14, I think, something like that. So like, it's
you were kind of forced into it at that point. I feel like I don't know, I also went through the whole therapy as a kid thing. I mean, not like a kid. I was 15, so like I wasn't exactly young, but it was kind of against my will because my family found out that I wasn't feeling the greatest in life, and they They, like, for a week were kind of cool, and then they forgot that I had depression. And then expected everything to be back to normal, and fun fact, 'twas not. But here we are, a decade later, finally being like, yeah, maybe therapy would help a little bit.
No, see, there was a bunch of illegal shit that, like, I didn't want my parents knowing that the therapist would have to legally tell them. So she was great, but, like, I just didn't talk through the entire time because I was afraid what they would find out about me.
No, it's so hard because, like, therapists are like, I have to tell them some things, especially things that put you in danger, so I can't be like, well, here's everything, because if I tell you everything, my mother's gonna be like, what the fuck do you mean that you do this, or, like, that you feel this way? Why wouldn't you tell me? And then when I try telling her, she's like, why would you tell me that? There's no, okay, what do you want from me? Which is, not helpful. In the slightest. But also, like, it's gotta be hard to, like, just find out one day, like, oh, my kid feels like absolute garbage all the time, and, like, their brain's fucked up. Like, they could have tried a little bit harder, and, like, oh, like, is there anything we can do to try to make it a little bit better for you, instead of just being like, why aren't you doing the dishes? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Because, I'm trying my best. My best is just in F- right now. No, it was funny because not funny, but my counselor asked me something along the lines of, you know, have you ever had like official diagnoses? I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I have depression and anxiety, but I've never literally talked to anyone long enough to figure anything out.
What'd you say to that?
Well, therapists kind of take notes as you tell them things, because they have to find out certain things, try to figure out your risk factor. So if you are more likely to kill yourself immediately, the system tends to get you in a little bit faster.
Yeah.
And based off of the information that I gave them, they were like, yeah, you definitely have depression. I feel like anxiety is secondary to that, but like I can pretty safely say that like you probably have this. I don't really believe in diagnoses, but like,
what do you mean doesn't believe in diagnoses?
because like you can, I think the idea is more like, I am aware that you have depression, but whether we call it acute depression versus chronic depression versus seasonal depression doesn't matter. Like, let's just help you cope with whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, not caring about the specific thing versus just like trying to figure out what's your problem and how can we make it more copable for you. Which I feel like is a good way to look at it.
Yeah, that's definitely not a bad strategy.
We're gonna use anger to kill you. That way we get some extra points. Yes.
Are psychologists allowed to do diagnoses even? Because I thought it was only psychiatrists.
They can give you, I'm pretty sure they can be like, based off of what you have told me, this is what I think is going on. But I don't think unless you go to a psychiatrist or like maybe a doctor, like a general practitioner. But like even at that point, they might just be like, yeah, sounds like you have depression, and I can refer you to somebody who can like confirm it for you. But
yeah,
and it's really unfortunate because back where we're from, there's not really a lot of psychiatrists, and even in a college setting that's in like a, not like a large city, but like a sizable area, there still doesn't seem to be a ton. And like, that means that people aren't really getting the help that they need, and mental health is just as important as physical health, because if your brain's sad, you're probably not taking care of the rest of your body.
Yes, that is true. However,
are you about to tell me that mental health isn't important?
if you're feeling sad, you might as well just kill
Bryan! Don't you think I've tried that method?
my goodness. But yeah, no. So my experience with therapy was
Thank you, Mercedes.
essentially just I said to my mother, "Hey, I'm feeling sad for a very, very, very long time." And
How'd she react to that?
what? Needing therapy or
Being like, yo, I'm not doing good. The end.
essentially she just gave me the whole "you gotta make yourself feel better" sort of thing.
Cool, so she enabled terrible, toxic masculinity.
Apparently, if I had read my Bible more, I would have became happier.
That doesn't sound totally accurate.
No, religion was the reason I was depressed.
I never understand people who are like, you just need to, like, pray and then everything will be better. And I'm like, maybe it's just because I wasn't raised in, like, that sort of religious background where a deity of some sort was going to assist me in a way that I needed it, or maybe needed and didn't realize. But, like, at some point you gotta be like, listen, even if I do believe in something and I believe they can help me, I deserve to not feel like garbage all the time. Please and thank you.
My pastor, this is the spiel my pastor gave me. I said I'm sad because you know what, I figured I might as well turn to religion, just see what happens.
And I feel like that's a fair turning point because, like, it's supposed to be a comfort spot.
And I went to him, and what he said was, I have to pray. I'm like, oh, I've tried that, and nothing's happened. He says, well, you have to, like he said something like, it's not just like it's not like he's like God's a genie or whatever. He's going to make it so you can make yourself better. I'm like, well, thanks. That means so I just gotta do my own shit still. Like, I'm still on my own then.
So
It's just a middleman. It's just some dude in the corner just being like, go you, every once in a while. That's essentially what he says. It's happening. And I was fucking pissed. Oh my goodness. Like, I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not in religion anymore.
I don't know. I guess I'm glad that I wasn't really raised religiously because, I mean, not that I've had the worst life ever, but, like, I've had enough hardships to where I'm like, I'm good if we could just chill for a couple years, you know? You're looking at me like I'm insane. I know my life is nothing compared to yours.
No, I'm just saying, like, what do you mean what is when you're, yeah, I guess you've had a couple things.
And I'm still dealing with some of them, like, I don't know, my mother refusing to call me by my name. That's always a fun one. But, I never really was religious. Like, I got baptized because my great-grandma was afraid that if I died, I would go to hell. But also, I was a baby. I don't know what I could have done.
No,
that's fine.
I chose to be baptized when I was 13, I think. Because, like, I don't know, I just figured it was some sort of point. Because, like, I'd never felt much towards religion, I guess. And, like, I figured, maybe if I do this will bring me closer to it, and it just didn't.
I feel like a lot of people, I mean, there's a fair amount of people who, like, exist on their own, and then they're like, oh, this thing I feel like is legitimately true, and I do feel good here, so I feel like I want to pursue this, and, like, good for them. And I really wish I could be one of those people, but I feel like most people just kind of are forced into it, so then they just kind of live with it and deal with it. And then something like your situation happens where you're like, I need help, and then people in the church just go, well, have you prayed about it? Or, like, you know, we just need to, like, include you in a prayer circle, and, like, everything will be better, and, like, God always puts his toughest battles on his strongest soldiers. Shit like that gets me. I'm like, sure, even if life never gives me more than I can handle, why is it always giving me something? Why is it always me who's targeted?
I really wish I had an answer to this because, again, like, I was raised religious. I was forced into religion my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know that. Me and you were talking about this last night, actually.
Yeah.
And it just sucked. Like, it was a really... What?
We're at 20 minutes already. Huh.
How long are these usually? 20 minutes, right?
Yeah. So I figured...
Do you want to continue this in the next video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that. On the next video, we will talk about more things. Thank you.